Thank you for tuning in. Today we are going to have an exciting guest. As you know, in my book club I try to promote really talented authors. Today we are going to be speaking with Earl Winston Carter Jr., the author of the most controversial book, Thoughts of a Man.
Thank you, Miss Oprah. Appreciate it very much. I'm happy to be here.
So, your full name is Earl Winston Carter Jr.?
Yes.
Can I call you Carter?
No. You can call me Earl.
You know, I've read this book and I must say that it was a very captivating read. Once I started I could not put it down. I was eager to see what was the next thing you were going to say. Now, were these just your thoughts?
Oh, no. They were not just my thoughts. In fact, many of the things that I spoke on, I don't have any experience in those matters whatsoever.
So how, and I am just being objective for our listeners, how are you able to speak on matters in which you have no knowledge of?
You know, Oprah, I get that question all of the time. And you know, it's not just my thoughts. It's thoughts from men that I've spoken to in my travels all over the world.
1 minute. Let me talk to the audience for a minute. Earl published this book, Thoughts of a Man, and it is designed to help women understand men. Earl claims that 1. In reading his book a woman will understand men. 2. He will tell you step by step what to do to not only get a man but to keep a man. And 3. He claims that he can get any woman from dating to marriage with the man that is specifically suited for you. Well, I need to talk to you, personally, about number 3. I have not been able to get Stedman to marry me yet. Now, Earl, how can you assure women of all these things when all men are not alike?
Well, 1, Oprah, I myself am a man. And 2, what you have to understand is there is a fundamental similarity of all men. You know, just like with women, there's a fundamental similarity of all women. Now, you can't misconstrue the fundamental similarities with preferences.
What do you mean?
Well, the fundamental similarities have to do with the base or the core makeup of all men. For example, when you speak about cats, all cats are alike. Whether it be domestic cat or wild cats, they all fundamentally are alike. For example, all cats like to hunt stealthily. So that is a characteristic that has to do with the fundamental makeup of a cat.
Okay. I see what you are saying. So, when you are talking about the fundamental similarities, you are talking about the core makeup of a man that makes him a man. Like with women, we all are fundamentally more emotional.
Yes.
But, above that fundamental aspect of us all being more emotional, there are different levels of our being emotional or not.
Exactly.
So, you are saying that is the same with men.
Yes. And once you understand that aspect of a man, you can pretty much navigate and get whatever it is that you want from a man. I get women all the time saying, all men are not alike, they're not the same, which to a certain extent that is true, but fundamentally the things that make men happy is the same.
So far you are making sense. Wouldn't you all agree? So, why is it that your book is called the most controversial book written?
Think about it, Oprah. The thoughts of any man is controversial in itself. And to have it in a book?
Ain't that the truth?
Well, to answer your question, Oprah, the reason why I think that my book has been labeled as a controversial book is because most persons that read my book are females. And a lot of women do not like to hear truth, especially if it doesn't make them feel good.
What do you mean? I think all women want to know the truth, especially in a relationship.
Well, Oh, but I'm not sure that I agree with you on this one because I've come to learn that when a woman's emotions are involved, especially in a relationship with a man, the truth can have a greater impact on her. And if the truth is something negative, she does not want to hear that. She doesn't want to feel that negative feeling within herself.
Okay.
Especially if that man's truth is something that she feels is something that she can't do or obtain. And so she would rather hear things that makes her feel good or satisfy her emotions. She thrives off of that euphoria that she gets from his euphonious sayings.
Okay.
So that is the main reason why men have come to feel that it's better to lie to a woman than to tell her the truth. If a guy just wants to get sex from a woman, he is not going to tell you the truth about your body or your appearance because he knows that if he tells you the truth, then it's less likely that he's going to get any sex from you. And in a marriage, a husband may lean toward not telling you the truth because he knows that there may be some negative consequences.
So are men that much of a wimp that they are afraid of the woman?
I mean, come on, Oprah. It's not about being a wimp. Just think about it. If a woman goes to her husband, let's say she's trying on a dress, and she comes to him and she says, "Babe, how does this dress look on me?" And he says, "Baby, you look like a whale." I mean, I'm telling you the truth. When you walked out of that dressing room, the first thing came to my mind was the Free Willy. so, so come on. I mean, but she'll get upset about that, wouldn't she?
Well, of course she would, because that was just being insensitive.
No, I was just kidding with that one. But let's just use a real scenario. Let's just say that a man goes to his wife and he says, "Babe, over the past few months, you have gained a lot of weight. And I find myself not being attracted to you anymore. I find that I'm falling out of love with you." Now, she may be upset about that because she feels that that's not a legitimate reason to fall out of love with her. But she's not a man. So because a man is not a woman, the reasons as to why a man picks a woman is totally different than the reason why a woman picks a man. So it's not the woman's place to say what a man should feel or what his reason should be because she is not a man.
Now all that is just crazy. You lost me on this zone. We will get back to you on that one later, but answer me this. A few moments ago, you mentioned that a guy may not tell a woman the truth about her body. So, why would he, if he is not attracted to her, try to be with her?
I'm going to tell you this, and I don't want you to think in any way that I condone this type of behavior. But a guy, if he wants sex, he will deliberately pick a girl that he's not attracted to make sure that he doesn't develop feelings for her. He's just using her for the sex. So he has to tell her things that he knows that she wants to hear so that she will give him the sex. And a lot of times it's women that you can tell have low self-esteem because their body is really out of shape.
Wow. But why would he do that?
Because it's easier, Oprah.
What do you mean easier?
Well, Oprah, most guys assume that a out of shape woman that body is not so desirable is easy to get. If a guy wants sex, he can get free sex, quick sex from a woman that has an out of shape body because he knows that she has self-esteem issues.
But how can a guy tell from just looking at a woman's body and think that she has self-esteem issues? I mean, I know plenty of women that may be out of shape, as you say, that do not have self-esteem issues.
Oprah, all women have insecurities about their bodies. All women. Look at how many women that wear makeup, that wear fake hair, fake eyelashes, contacts, body shapers. You see, just because a woman wears these things doesn't mean that she has insecurities about herself. But how many of those different things does she wear to hide who she really is?
Well, some women just wear these things to enhance their beauty.
Yeah, Oprah, but there's a difference between enhancing and creating a whole different person. I mean, come on. When you take off the foundation, makeup, the eyelashes, the contacts, the eyebrows that you shape to draw a new set on, the fake hair, the push-up bra, and the body shaper, I mean, what is a guy going to be left with? I mean, as you taking all these things off, are you going to turn into a man? Oprah, whether these perceptions are true or not, the fact is that this type of behavior conveys that type of message to a man. Oprah, many times, because women do not understand men, they look at a man's behavior and then come to their own conclusions. And the problem with that is that a woman trying to understand a man, she will always come to the wrong conclusion.
Why would you say that?
Oprah, I cannot stress this one point enough, that a man is not a woman. There are so many factors that come into play as to why a man thinks and behaves the way that he does. His testosterone levels, his biochemical makeup, the way that his brain is designed, his desires, all these things has to do with why a man thinks and behaves the way he does. And so because a woman is not a man, she would not be able to come to the right conclusion.
You mean, come to the right conclusion when trying to understand a man?
Right.
Wow, that makes sense. Well, we have to take a commercial break, and don't forget to purchase Earl's book Thoughts of a Man. They can purchase your book on your website, right?
Yes.
So make sure you all go to your nearest bookstore to get his book, or you can get an autographed copy at thoughtsofaman.com. We will be back.